So, welcome back. This is going to be the second part of creating the market dominator. Alright, so let's begin with adding more extra columns, extra rows. So it's just Ctrl Shift plus. If you click Ctrl Shift plus, this is the shortcut tool that you can use to create columns. I'm just going to create additional 10 more rows up ahead so I can do some more data input. So the first thing that I want to find out is how many keywords are there that I can play with right here. So I just put number of keywords, and the formula here will be a very simple count this all the way down, and I just close the bracket. So I'm just counting all the column B. Let me just remove this. There we go. So I have 115 keywords. Now I also want to find out sum of search volume for all these keywords. So sum of search volume is a very simple formula as well, equals to sum, same thing, all these numbers add up, equal. Alright, so now I know there's 115 keywords with a total search volume of about 70,000 right here. So this is the very first step that we want to have. So the next one is really getting the results for the rest of the asins for our competitors. So I want to really find out what is the number of keywords that this asin is on page 1 for. So I just put number of keywords. Then above I can put it percentage of keywords on page 1. Alright, so this is going to need on page 1. Number of percentage of keywords on page 1. Okay, let me just wrap this around so it doesn't eat into other columns. Okay, so to find this number of keywords that's on page 1 for this particular asin is a very simple formula as well. Equals to count if bracket this whole thing is open colon smaller than 45, and I click equal, and there we go. I have 75 keywords that is on page 1 for this asin, and I can just drag with the power Excel and just drag it forward. So now I know all the competitors, they have this number of keywords out of 115 that is on page 1. Thereby I can find the percentage as well. So I can say equals to this divided by this number, set it out in percentage, and do the same thing. I just drag over. Okay, there's a certain error. Let me just diagnose this properly. Right, I forgot to lock the value for B. So I'm just going to lock it with a $sign B9. And by locking it, and I can just safely drag over there, and I have a definite percentage view very easily. There we go. And the next matrix that we look at is what's the search volume coverage that is on page 1 here. So I'll just put search volume of keywords on page 1, or if they're ranked lesser than 45, right? So let me do a wrap again, wrap text. So the formula for this is a little more complicated, but nothing too much out of our wheelhouse. It's going to be a sum if formula. So sum if this column is lesser than 45, close comma, and the sum range will be on column B. This is the search volume for the keywords. And I can close my formula. And there we go. I have, this is the search volume that this competitor is targeting for on page 1. So it's quite a lot, right? 54,000 search volume per month. So I'm going to do the same for all the rest of the asin. And I believe I need to, let's try, right? Yeah, I'm going to need to lock my sum value here, this search volume column. So let's put locking by a $sign. Lock B, lock 126. Okay, and with that, I can just drag it safely over, and I know the search volume for every competitor that they have, conquering on Amazon for page 1. And similarly, I can also put percentage of keywords of search volume, right? Percentage of search volume of keywords on page 1. Right, so similarly, this is just going to be the search volume on page 1 divided by the sum of search volume for all the relevant keywords identified by Cerebro. You can do it in percentage, and not forgetting to lock the B10. I'm just going to drag it across. And there we go. We have percentages laid out right here. And now we know the percentages. This is going to be very powerful. We know which one of them, which competitors are actually very strong. Like this guy, he's ranked 90% of search volume and 83% of keywords on Amazon. And he is actually a very strong competitor. So we can put in some kind of bandwidth or ranking system to rank our competitors right here based on their search volume or keyword domination. That's why we call this entire sheet the market dominator. How well do they dominate the market? Okay, so our ranking system is going to be very simple. I'm going to be starting with super weak competitor, super weak. Then after that, maybe go to weak, normal, and strong. Alright, so I'm going to have like 4 grades of classification for each competitor. So super weak, I'm going to class them as 0 to 20%. Alright, so as long as they are within this 0 to 20% band right here, they are very weak because they do not know how to do Amazon. They do not know how to rank well. Weak will be 20% to 40%. A normal competitor, 40% to 60%. A strong competitor, a 60% to 80%. In fact, I can add in one more band here, which is a super strong. A 80% to 100% domination. Alright, so we're going to class them each accordingly to their own. In fact, I can just put in a color code. Right, a super weak deserves a very green. A weak, probably less green, like this. Normal, I will put a yellow. Strong, perhaps an orange. And super strong is a red. So I can color code them accordingly like this for all my competitors here. So let's take a look, right? How do we classify them? So this is 65 and 79. I'm going to take the highest of both. So they're in this range of strong. So this guy is a strong competitor, orange. This guy is in this range of a weak competitor, so he's weak, right here. This guy is super strong because he's ranking a lot of keywords, so it's going to be a red color. So 58 to 70%, which is roughly the higher band, is in the strong competitor range, so this will be strong. This guy over here will be a weak. The highest is 32%, that's why I'm giving it a weak. Right here, this is also another weak competitor. 50 to 60, that's a normal competitor. 21, 24, that's a weak competitor. 63, that's a strong competitor. 35 to 44. 44 is in the normal range. Right here. Okay, there we go. So now that I have the classification of how strong my competitor is, I can roughly tell my top 10 competitors. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them are weak. I have no super weak. I have 2 normal, 2 strong, and 1 super strong. So that's how I tell that this entire market is actually, there's a lot of weak competitors here. 4 weak and 2 normal. And that's why we decided to launch this product, because of our current competition is not that great in ranking for relevant keywords. That's why we have this opportunity to come in and launch for this product. Alright, so with that out of the way, we are going to proceed on with actually sorting out our actual exact keywords so that we can target them in our PPC exact match.